But this is non-negotiable, and FAKER has not looked even close to any of the other free seeds that we're sending, right? And we'll have to see.
You know, it's unlikely. Not really something you'd blind pick first pick, but they do have another Yone player on the roster. Perhaps they can send it up that way, but it will be a bit of flexing. It will be KT to deny Sejuani. I think giving over Sejuani, Yone would absolutely be a mistake, so makes sense there. And there's still good options for Owner on the other side. Yeah. Lilia, Vi, Skarner, all available. Question is, what do KT want to pair this with?
Is it Tristana? Not the best synergy with the Sejuani, but getting BDD a powerful pick, I think, is huge.
You know, the only other thing he's played so far has been Corki.
Yeah, we don't want that.
So I don't think it's gonna be that. But we'll see. We'll see if they feel okay with it. But it's Sejuani MF, so immediately a lot of burst damage. You've got the setup with the Sejuani. You take it away from Owner.
Yeah, and I imagine it's probably going to be jungle AD pick in this rotation. You could take the Leona if you wanted that to deny the MF, but we haven't really seen teams lean into that too much. They are going to opt for that Lilia. Owner drew bans for that pick in playoffs, but actually start with the Jhin. So, you know, we didn't see the Jhin picked into the Ziggs, but now Ziggs is banned. We'll see the Jhin come out, but it does mean you can operate a safe distance. When your team's going in with the likes of that Yone, you can follow up from afar.
Saying no,
yeah,
I think he's saying Lilia.
Lilia makes sense for them, provides the AP that they do need in the composition. Playing into a tank jungler as well feels good. And now over to KT. Could potentially, I mean, I expect it's a mid lane pick for BDD here. They have to secure if they're going anything that they expect to get banned away, which is most of the picks we're seeing in the meta right now. But instead, they're opting to take a leaf out of the T1 book and go for the Camille. They will secure a confident play here from Perfect.
To me, I really hope. Can also go for the Alistar. That's also fine. We've seen that happen a lot as well, and being okay with the Leona going over. I do still really love taking the Leona so that DMF gets the ult, but
this is dangerous. I mean, we do often see the lane swaps come on this series, and KT are good at navigating that, but picking Alistar blind into carrier always feels a little bit cautious. I feel like there's a lot of other supports in the league who would go, well, I just pick Leona, that's the matchup, but carrier is always one who's want to pick a stronger prio lane, and it looks like we might be getting the flex.
Looking very likely, and it might be with a Corki, and the Corki gets locked in for T1. And I know a lot of people will not be very happy with that, but we'll see how it goes. As Corki gets locked in, there's the Leona. So we're not taking any chances there either. We are just accepting the matchup.
There is the chance that this is still going to be the Corki top, right? Like they could theoretically flex it around.
Corki mid's been losing. Maybe
right. What about Corki top? We've seen that before.
It's a Camille Sejuani. And now Tristana goes over to BDD potentially, but they might want the AP, so toying with some other options. The confidence pick! And the thing with LeBlanc is so hard to pin down. You know, there's a lot of lockdown on T1, but I feel like it's going to be hard to actually connect onto this LeBlanc pick. So much threat onto things like the Corki, like the Jhin from the flank. We will get to see where this mid-top is going. I think based on the player's proficiency, I imagine it might end up being that Yone top.
Would have to be. This happened in the previous match between T1 and DK. Game 5. BDD.
The R5 LeBlanc. Let's see how it goes as we hop into the Rift for game number 5.
I keep thinking there's no higher gear, and they keep going up and up.
KT fans, extremely hype right now, and I think it's justified. And I love the confidence in a Game 5 for KT to bring out the Camille for Perfect. I definitely think confident issues have been a thing with him going up against Zayas, but willing to bring that out with a Sejuani, BDD with a LeBlanc. On the other side, though, the fact that they wanted to deny the Yone and trust Zayas to take it top lane. But the Corki.
Outside of the Corki pick, though, I do actually really like the T1 composition. There is so much long-range engage as...
Level 1 hook shot coming on in. Do a little bit of harass coming in there, but Keria is here. Trade a little bit back on a Perfect. And actually a decent amount more than just a little bit. I mean, Ignite coming down here as well. Keria really bullying both of them in the mid lane, just really using the Shield of Daybreak to essentially say, you will not stay here.
This would be the perfect time to get one of those graphics where it shows damage dealt and Keria's just like miles above everyone else. Getting those autos off, getting the value there, and forces Perfect away. It is once again going to be a swap coming out, so we see Deft and Beryl in the top lane. And last game, we saw T1 punish that with a dive towards... Oh!
There it is. Level 2 comes in. Keria trying to make it play, but it's still LeBlanc, and BDD was very ready for it.
Yeah, that's a reaction tester. You know, I think sometimes Game 5 little reaction tester can go a long way. I think BDD's reactions are pretty on point. I could have told you that before we saw that, but you know, I respect the Keria trying to find an angle, and he does unlock Hex Flash.
That he does. BDD now the one looking for this, but Keria is still here. Not too surprising, but at least able to get a decent amount of poke on in. Beryl also looking for the angle himself.
Faker doesn't have Valkyrie.
There it is. Valkyrie is down. Level, or not down, it's just not taken. BDD gonna find a Leona, but now Beryl is going to try to get some damage on in. It's very tense here in the mid lane between these two duos.
Right from the get-go, you can even see Gumayushi immediately running. Very early piece of magic resist. It's perfect, has ult.
On Vision was the Sejuani, but yeah, as you mentioned, you're not getting away from this one. Zeus trying his best. He's going to flash. He's going to try to ult away, but you cannot get away from the Camille. Do they have the damage to take down Zeus? Is the real question, as one will do it, and they take him down, and first blood goes to Perfect.
Beautifully played there by Perfect. Zeus tries the fancy moves to disengage, but Perfect doesn't go for Zeus himself, goes to where the soul was unbound from, sits patiently, finds the ult. The cleanup is there, and a 1-0 stop for the Camille. Definitely what you want in a Game 5.
Perfect has struggled a ton in this series. The Gragas, a big show of confidence from his team. Big turnaround after what was, again, Zeus really getting the upper hand. But this time it feels like it's Zeus that was, because of the previous games, forcing and adding a little bit more oomph for Perfect. Very early on the Sheen now. Going to be feeling really good. On the flip side, T1 trying to maintain some pressure here. Keria.
Oh, trying to make a play here on a Deft. Beryl getting in front of that, but he's level 4 Alistar. Has to flash away, and now trying to open up. The first shot is going to hit as Deft desperate to try to block them, and he will block that fourth shot, but they don't get any kills, but T1's bottom lane still pressuring the bottom side of the map and getting some plates.
Yeah, they find the pressure.
Ult available here.
Might look for the other side. Perfect's low, though.
He is pretty low, but he's got Sejuani with him. He's got that shield, and can Zeus do anything? Here comes Owner to try to turn this one around, and with that shield fade, they're just going to hop away. But now Owner thinking about it a little bit more, just trying to put his face in it. Not going to amount to too much.
If Perfect doesn't sidestep that, could definitely have been a really big turn for T1. Opportunity to get some gold onto their Yone. Because despite everything, especially with that play not working out, we do see again the CS lead for Zeus building. And Yone is one of those champions where even if you do fall behind in lane, that alone, not enough to really dissuade you from having an impact later on.
Oh man, everybody is here.
They knew.
Great bait from Zeus there. Perfect also missing the cannon when he looks at that hook shot, so...
Of grubs, although T1 on the map are moving over to try to challenge. That's one grub taken and immediate abandonment of that pit.
Beryl has level 6 available, as does Keria. And the burst is the big thing here for KT. They want to try and isolate a member and take them down immediately.
Rotations. Rotate back into the pit.
Deft is running, but Guma does have a lot of range with his R. Both the AD carries still here.
It really just comes down to the smite, and it goes over to Owner, and now Beryl's going to go in looking for something extra. That's two people that are going to be slept up, but BDD finds Faker, trying to bait Zeus in as well, and that's a massive bullet time, but in goes Zeus, finds BDD. The first one to go down will be Owner, and now we've got Zeus caught in the pit amongst 4 of them. It's going to dash away as Guma finally makes his way over. Keria going to be caught by BDD as well, and KT ROLSTER pick up 2 more kills.
Very hectic fight, but a lot of T1's tools been up front. They couldn't finish off BDD, and in the re-engage, KT come out strong.
They will know.
Yeah, not subtle with that one. And looks like BDD took a bad trade there into Faker. You know, the kill on LeBlanc is big, but I feel like this pick really needs to be the one that gets the ball rolling for KT. If it has a lead, the difference is massive now.
Oh, it's on Perfect. A lot of damage going down into this turret.
Yeah, I mean, Perfect's just going to stick around. He's trying to get that kill, and now we got a TP coming in. And here comes BDD behind them all as Keria is going to find the LeBlanc and give them some time. Damage is done, though. To Zeus goes Perfect. He will live, and BDD is still here. He's looking for more. He wants more. And he's not going to have it. He's going to dash away. Pyosik as well does his job, just puts his body on the line. So many low health bars, and KT get another.
So close to being 2 kills for T1, but both Perfect and BDD used their health bars so well there. Managing to disengage, managing to get the kill. And shit, Onus on the top side getting a Herald. Is he getting a Herald? I don't think Def can scare him off, but Dragon will now be secured for KT. And 4-0 in terms of kills. Decent start for them.
Big thing here, though, is that T1 still got the turret. So because of that first turret blot, they end up in a gold positive trade as Perfect. He is no longer afraid. Maybe he should be.
Maybe a little afraid.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, there was a chance, but with Pyosik not there, I mean, you don't really have to send it in. And it's Cloud Drake into Chemtech Drake.
You see T1 trying to make an aggressive play here, but there's a lot of KT members in return.
Barrel just trying to throw himself into it and bait them into this fight as in goes Perfect, keeps Zeus around, but he dodges. That Sejuani ultimate lines up too. He's still alive, but down he goes. Trade of top laners as now BDD is coming up. Trying to punish Keria here, and it looks like T1 are just going to let it go. That's another kill over to BDD's LeBlanc. He is now 3-0.
Running!
A lot of running and skipping and hopping, and it's Deft who gets away. Meanwhile, Faker's just taking a turret.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2-for-1 in favor of KT, but if Faker gets this entire tier 2 bot tower, then they'll take that trade any day of the week. BDD going to try and pressure here, but...
Is he okay? I mean, the chains are going to land, and now he's barely going to stay alive.
He's fine. He's got, like, you know, 80 health spare. Yeah. It's called using your health bar, right?
Health is a resource, Valdez. Get it together.
Sorry, I forgot.
Basically, do whatever she wants and deal effective true damage to everyone that is within her range is a really big deal.
And the other person who's also getting the gold.
Well, we're ulting the wave as in he goes, trying to clear it out and make sure that he's safe on the dive. There's the Q3, trying to dodge it, flashes away from Pyosik. Pyosik taking a huge amount of damage, but in comes Deft to try to trade it back, and they will get the kill, but man, Zeus made it pretty difficult as, once again, Faker's just taking a turret amongst all the action.
Yeah, about 15 tower hits tank there, feels like by Pyosik, but T1 are just playing for the objectives, and it's working.
All right, well, this is a Lilia. Can they actually get him down? Nice catch by Barrel Owner. In a lot of trouble. Just going to accept his fate and just try to hit the turret, I suppose. Does a little bit of damage, but Deft will be fed over a kill.
Working somewhat, we'll say.
Herald charge. And not gone in.
Yeah, but then you don't get to do the cool driving, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were already...
Essential.
You were fine on the crosswalk. Again, T1 is 2k gold up. Despite everything that's happened, just because they've been able to get
Infernal
so many waves. Oh, boy.
That's a pretty big one for a lot of these champs.
Can you explain why?
So, it adds a lot of burst to the champions.
Yes.
The Infernal Soul. And there's a lot of champions that already have a lot of burst. So, if you're wondering, there's the explanation for you.
I really appreciate it.
LeBlanc sometimes. As an ult comes in, this is an Alistair who does have Unbreakable Will. Barrel just going to use it, try to get away. Trade of ult says, once again, Faker's hitting a turret.
That was really nice, like Pyosik and Barrel to interrupt Keria. Oh my, that's a lot of damage.
He's going to get away for now, and he has Flash. Can he get out is really the question. They'd have to go very deep to try to get Faker at this point. And yeah, KT just not going to get him.
Also, what's he going to do? And then they just lose.
Well, like, how does he actually damage in a fight when BDD is around, though? Because BDD does the same amount of burst, but in a very short time frame.
We're ulting a Sejuani in the jungle, and now TPs are coming in. They're trying to keep him around for a very long period, at least.
Turn.
But yeah, Zeus going to have to unbound out of that one. And KT thinking about it. Thinking about the engage. It's barely going to go in. The big MF ultimate is just going to get the flash. And it's not too committal just yet. Owner only going to hit the front line. There's the sleep. It goes in onto the one. Oh! The ultimate catches 3, but immediately goes back. Perfect. He followed. And that might be the end of him. As KT are in a lot of trouble. In goes Owner. Looking for a bit more. Barrel is caught out. Down will go BDD. T1 They find the angle in the fight, and Def gets roped into it as well. And Pioshik, the only one to get out here.
As it turns out, it was just needing the Yone to be an engaged duel. As you see the hesitation from KT, and it turns out that hesitation was well founded as Zeus, off of the sleep of Owner, gets a multi-man engaged. That's Nash. That's another inner, unless... Oh, Pioshik.
I mean, there is
smite.
There is vision.
Smite.
Yeah, he doesn't have smite.
There's no way.
Well, they're going to send him away anyway, just in case. That's the Baron over to T1. And the rest of it is just cleanup. Zeus lines it up, and it's going to net them not only 4 kills, but the Baron, the first Infernal Drake, and now almost 7,000 gold to lead. As I said before, it was close. You know, KT were having angles. They had BDD was very fed, but now at this point, I don't know if they've got it in them, especially from behind when you have this much damage, and the enemy team is just getting tankier and tankier. I don't know.
This could be it. This could be the moment where Corki wins a game. Unprecedented.
Well, it's a big one to win. And maybe he was just waiting for this moment.
Has not happened in a long time. T1, our defending world champions, want to make it back so desperately. And look at the vision control here as well, not opening themselves up. This Yone was such a big thorn in their side. Zeus is the one that ends up taking it. Top wave, gonna get shoved in.
Yeah, so a little bit of solar flare poke on a Def there.
Just a bit.
Doesn't break the shield, but I kind of feel like T1 this game have been fishing for engages, and they'll be willing to throw them out without committing too heavily and just waiting for the moment to strike. And it's given them advantages in this game on the back of that previous fight, but still down in kills, but a 7,000 gold lead. KT know how rough the game feels right now, and with that tower being taken, no structures outside their base. It's 6 towers to 0 right now.
Yeah, you don't really get to utilize any of your side lane pressure. Nobody can really deal with Zeus still, unless you're going to drop both LeBlanc and Camille there. And so it's another Infernal Drake that goes to T1, but more importantly, as you guys have been mentioning, they're just setting up supreme vision around the most important objective right now, which is the Baron buff.
Do have both Deft kept on, as well as Mortar Reminder for Deft. So there are some minor spikes here for KT. Is that enough to go up against the might and money of T1? I don't know. That's going to help a little bit.
Trying to catch Barrel. They really want to get him to use his ult. And now we got a potential sleep coming in here as there goes in Keria looking for a bit more. Oh! Sniped by Kuma! And that might just do it. It's 2 kills to the Jin. And look at this. BDD's going to go down as well. It's 3 kills just like that. And Faker once more. But already it is such a huge win to the side of T1 as they look to group in mid.
Pings are coming in. They do have the Misfortune ultimate to clear the wave. But T1 might try and interrupt, might try and just look for the pressure, look for the end here.
Looking like it. I mean, KT, they already lost 3 members. What can they do?
10 seconds on Barrel. Is that going to be enough? Perfect. He goes in trying to stall, but the Nexus turrets are falling.
Def can't get the angle.
They're just trying to do it. T1, they want to go to Worlds. Will they be able to? All they got to do is take down the Nexus, and they will get the job done. You will be seeing T1 at Worlds. You will have Faker there for the 9th time.
It goes to the last game.